I'm going out to drink right now, so you don't have to make me anything for dinner. You can head to bed before I get home as well. No, I'm heading out.
What? You're going out for drinks tonight as well? Don't you feel that you've been going out to drink a bit too much recently? Are you sure your body is okay with you drinking that much alcohol?
As long as I can still get a beer or two into me, my body is fine. Actually, if I don't keep drinking, then my body is going to fail from all this stress. This company has me working so often and it's all for nothing, so I'd live to quit soon.
Huh? Is that so? Well, I hope today wasn't too bad for you. Are you going out drinking with Rachel and all of them again?
Yep, that's the plan. Man, do I love being back here around all of my good friends.
So then that means you won't be getting home until really late tonight, right? But you have work again tomorrow, right? Please don't drink too much tonight so that you can at least wake up for work again.
Are you my mom or something? You don't have to tell me things that I already know, okay?
But this happened to you once before, right? You were so hungover that no matter what I tried to do, I couldn't get you out of the house. That day you had a very important meeting in the office, yet you ended up calling in sick then. You got in big trouble for missing that meeting because it was extremely important, right?
Would you shut up already? I know. I was the one that had to deal with that mess more than anyone else, so I know. Jeez, you are so annoying going on and on about things like that to me. I just finished work and I'm tired from my long day. I want to go down a couple of beers and have some fun with my friends, which means I don't have time to listen to your nagging anymore.
I'm sorry, but you remember what I said earlier, right? Today is the day of my mom's birthday, and so I wanted you to come home so that we could take a video of us both singing her happy birthday. Then I could send that to her as a way of showing her we're still doing all right.
You're talking about that single mother of yours? You were pissing me off this morning, so I said okay to whatever you were blabbering on about. But that's what you were wanting from me? I'm not coming home to do something as stupid as that. Don't you think so? We're both too old now to be taking videos of one another. And your mom is as old as a rock and doesn't even know how to use her phone. Forget her and focus on taking care of me now.
What the heck? I told you this morning that I just wanted to send her a simple message was all. I get that she's old now and might not care to see it or even know how to, but I still want to make some sort of an effort for her birthday. Stop making it sound like I'm still attached to her like some child. And even if I'm acting so attached to her still, that's because she's my mom and she raised me herself. So I would like to send her something that shows that all her work went towards making me happy.
You just keep on going and going about something I do not care about, so shut the hell up, please. I'm not with you to do all that stupid emotional crap, so leave it be or do it yourself. And honestly, I don't think she deserves to get anything from us since she was the one that caused the divorce that made her a single parent. She went and had a baby without telling her husband. Then she caused the divorce that forced him away. And then she took it upon herself to raise you instead of giving you up. All she did was stuff that anyone could do, but really shouldn't have to do. So why do you care to praise her for it?
Sean, are you being serious? I told you what happened. My mom chose to protect me from my dad. She got that divorce in order to keep me safe.
I guess you did tell me about how your dad didn't even want you and acted like a child himself, which got him divorced. But your mom was the housewife back then, right? Which means your dad was already having to take care of one kid, being your mom. I don't even understand how your mom could be so selfish by forgetting what your dad did for her and then divorcing him and running away with you.
My mom knew what was going to happen after the divorce, and that's why she went out and got a job right away, while still caring for me in the place. I respect her a lot for doing that and consider her my idol. So I don't want to hear you talking about her like that or about any of my family matters like that, actually.
All right, okay. It's not like I give a crap about your mom's self-induced hard life anyway. I only like to think about what's happening now, and what's happening now is me going out for drinks. I'm on the verge of passing out due to all my stress, so I think I'm going to slam a few shots of tequila and letting the night take my stress away.
Understood. Just remember that in 2 days, I'll be working a night shift. I'll make you something for dinner and put it in the fridge for you to warm up when you get home. Oh, by the way, yesterday you had dinner here at home, right? I had to work all night then as well, so I left you food in the fridge to eat when you got home, and by the time I got home, it was all gone.
Huh? What are you trying to figure out here? If I hadn't eaten it, then why would the food be gone from inside the fridge?
That's a good point. I just found that you went and ate everything I had for you, which is pretty rare.
Well, thank you for the food. I'm going now.
Okay, have fun. And make sure to come home safely, please. Listen, you are really doing a poor job of becoming Sean's wife there. Compared to someone like Sean, you really are the most plain Jane I've ever seen. So could you at least try a little bit harder in order to make Sean feel all right with making you his wife? Today, Sean was so tired that he came here looking like a dying dog. What? I have been trying my best to be a good wife for him and understand everything he says. That's why I didn't stop him from going out with his friends to get drinks, and I even allowed him to go out while you're with them, Rachel. Yesterday, he came home and ate dinner before going out to have drinks then as well, but he didn't say anything to me. Oh, well, I suppose that was a little rude of Sean to not say anything to you. But even if he messes up once or twice, that's nothing compared to you. Sean has recently had a lot of stress and such building up within him. I feel so damn bad for the poor sap. As his wife, are you making sure to please him in all the ways he wants? What? Was Sean talking about all of that stuff with you? All of that is between him and I and is a very private matter. He shouldn't be saying that to anyone, especially other women. Huh? He and I have been friends for longer than you've known him. We've always talked about whatever we wanted to, so just because you're his wife now doesn't mean any of that is going to change. But I'm sure that an outsider like you will never be able to understand Sean and I. You're not just an old friend of his, though. You and him have been very close to one another for a long time, so I'd really like it if you stopped getting so close to him again. Also, isn't your husband there with you as well, joining in while you drink? You're talking about Travis. Of course he's here with us. All of us here have been with one another for a long time, so we're all super close. And that includes my hubby. Although he and your husband are both drunk off their asses right now, so I'm having a hard time keeping them upright. Oh, is that right? I'm sorry that Sean is causing you all that trouble. You have that right, that your husband is causing me a lot of trouble. I already have kids at home that I have to deal with and my hubby. Why do I have to start taking care of your husband for you as well? He is the biggest child I've had to watch out for so far. I see. I had assumed you guys were all close friends and were just out having some light fun and talk. But if he's starting to become a problem for you so often, then you can tell him to go away next time. Sean is always drinking a lot, and he's kind of got me worried as well. You really have no clue then, do you? He's not that big of a problem for me, but there are a lot of people here drinking right now. But you never drink and always stay home instead of coming out. That makes you boring, and the reason why he's always with us. This is what Sean's always been telling us. There are plenty of nice women at these bars for him, and comparing them to you, he might leave you behind soon. You shouldn't say something like that. Sean knew about how alcohol and I don't really get along too well together, even before we got married. If he was going to be upset by something like that, then we should have never gotten married from the start. There's the other thing. You always love to make the problem seem like it's been caused by anyone but you. I think it's time you just start taking better care of your husband. Rachel, you and your husband have been close to one another for a long time, right? What's been your secret for getting him to be so close to you? What? I'll have to think about that one. Normally he's away for work a lot of the time, and so we've some pretty good distance between us pretty often. Maybe it's that distance that allows us to enjoy one another's presence more. I also have to take care of the kids for him while he's away. He must love me for having his kids and being the one to watch over them, right? Oh, I see. Thank you for letting me know those things. Maybe I'll give the whole distance thing a try or something. I'm sorry to have to say this now, but please keep a close eye on Sean for me again. Sean? Hello? Are you all right? Please say something to me. Did something happen to you tonight? Please answer your phone.
Why are you calling me so much at this time of night? I can't believe you. You really think I'm going to be picking up a call from you at 2:30 in the morning?
Oh, thank God. I was afraid something bad might have happened to you. Maybe you got into an accident? I just got a call from the police while I was in bed with my eyes still open. They told me that your car was in the middle of the road and they needed to tow it away. And that this has happened in the next town over from here? But you told me you were going back to your parents' house, right? There is no way your car should be in the next town over if you were only going to your parents' house, right? So I started to freak out a little, wondering what might have happened to you.
What? The police? Are you serious? You got a call from the police at this time of night?
Yeah. I told them there was no way you could have been all the way out there. That's when they told me your car could have been stolen and that I needed to call you to find out what happened. The police and myself were worried about you and if you'd been hurt in any way and were in need of help.
Ah, I see. That's all fine for me. The car wasn't stolen from me or anything, so you can stop worrying now.
The next town over? That's where Rachel's house is, right? Is that where you ended up going? Why would you be going all the way out there?
Don't worry, there's nothing that serious going on. She told me she harvested a lot of vegetables and such and wanted me to come out and get some from her. But when I got to her place, she told me she wasn't feeling too good, so I made her something to eat. And as time went by, it ended up being 2 in the morning.
What? Is that so? Sean, you've always told me that you can't cook, yet you were able to cook for her? Did you actually make her something good?
Come on, all I had to do was look at the recipe and I was able to make something up.
I see. What did you end up making for her?
What did I make? Just something in the crock pot is all. Why are you asking me so many questions? It's almost going on 3 in the morning now, so go to bed or something.
I was sleeping, but then I woke up for a little bit and was just staring. Then that's when the police started to call me. Thankfully, I left my phone on before going to bed.
Thankfully, huh? That's why I told you to stop turning your phone off before bed each night. Well, it's not like there was really an emergency or anything. I'm going to get ready to head back to my parents' place now. Goodbye.
At this time of night, you're going to drive all the way back to their place? Well, it's not like you can stay over at her place anyway, since her husband isn't home, and that would make things pretty weird for everyone. Have a safe trip home then, and make sure that if you're going to park your car on the road, to be closer to the curb. Hey, where are you right now? I have told you so many times now that today is the day you need to come out and see my mom. Could you please just answer one of my calls already?
What? Is that what day today is? I totally forgot that today was the day I had to go out to see your mom with you regarding our wedding. It's not like it matters to me as much since you only have your mom now, so you should be able to forgive me for being 5 hours later.
You have kept us waiting all day, Sean, and now you're going to say something like that? I was going to try and stop you from going out to drink last night, fearing something like this could happen.
Meeting with your mom is not that big of a deal to me. After all, this is your mom we're talking about here. She's had to be a single mother all your life, so she's pretty much used to nothing ever going as planned. It's not even like she does anything with her life that's worth anything, that idiot. How much is she making at that job of hers again? 1,000, 2,000 a month at most?
What? You have to be joking. Are you not even going to say sorry for being so late?
I'm the one who is hungover right now and has to make my way out to you. I already told you that I'll be there soon, so shut up and wait a little longer for me.
We have all been waiting for you, okay? So how about you stop texting me and just get your butt over here?
Give me another 3 hours and I'll be there.
If you don't get your butt in your car right now and drive over here, you are going to regret everything.
Yo! What the hell happened? Why the hell is all my family here now, too? And why the hell are both of my parents on their hands and knees apologizing?
What? Were you not receiving all of their phone calls earlier? Oh, that's right. You never gave your parents or anyone in your family, for that matter, your new phone number. So they had no way of hearing anything from them. Well, it's not like you'd ever want to hear anything from them anyway, since you haven't been seeing your family at all. What have you been doing all those times when you said you were going to see your parents?
Why are you questioning me about all that right now? I want to know why the hell my family is all here right now. You even have my grandparents here with you. Why?
They all came to pay my mom and I a visit and say hello. After all, the president of the company your dad works for is my mom.
What? Wait, what the hell do you mean by that?
I only learned about this very recently myself. But it turns out that my mom is very close with all of her employees at work. It sounds like your dad and my mom became very close to one another there. So when they both were talking about their kids and learned that they were both having their wedding and everything at the same time, they were shocked. My mom caught on to what was happening then and told me that your dad had been working for her that whole time. But she didn't want to tell him that she was my mother because she wanted to surprise everyone today. We were both really looking forward to seeing you and your family here today to talk about our marriage and this wedding.
Huh? What are you going on about? Why would you keep something like that a secret from me, though?
I needed to because of how much you always looked down on my mom. So I was really looking forward to seeing how you'd react today when you found out who my mom was. I wanted to see what ridiculous face you'd be making when you went into shock. We already told your parents when they arrived here, and that's when we said to them that we were all waiting to see your face when you found out.
You're lying. You have to be. If the call came out here to meet with you guys and me, then how long does that mean my family has been waiting? 5 hours? 6?
8 hours, just like my mom and I. You really are the stupidest of all the men I've seen. My mom tried her best to keep everyone happy by saying that they didn't need to worry about you because she trusted you'd be coming. And thankfully, it seems like all of your family is used to this kind of a behavior from you, so they waited patiently. All while your mom and dad sat at my mom's feet begging for forgiveness.
No way. Crap. My dad, he's very strict with me. If he finds out why I was late today, he's going to rock my shit.
Well, I really hope he does, because that's what you need. Come on in so I can see that happen. We've all had to wait 8 stinking hours for you now, so come in and entertain all of us. You have to do this for us, or else we'll all be asking for our refunds.
Dude, don't tell me. Don't tell me that you've said anything unnecessary to my parents, right?
What kind of unnecessary things are you talking about? Can you please be a bit more specific? I'm sure I've said at least 1 or 2 things to them about you, which they didn't like, but we'll just have to wait and see what their reactions to you are.
Huh? Yo, what the hell did you say? Did you tell them that the reason I'm late today is because I was out all night drinking or something?
Well, of course I told them that. Had I not said that to them, then we couldn't have gotten to any of the good stuff, right? I told them about how I really didn't like the idea of you going out to drink again last night, but you kept telling me you wanted to drink with Rachel. I then told them about how you never came back that night and wouldn't even answer any of my calls or texts. And even when I had woken up this morning around 5 or so, you weren't home yet, so I left the house to come see my mom. And when I tried to call you again, you didn't answer, all because you've been so hungover and nowhere to be found. That's what I told your parents after saying you were coming late because you went and got shit-faced at the bar with Rachel. I wasn't wrong about anything, was I?
I'm not asking you to be playing games with me right now. You're my fiancé. My wife, practically. Shouldn't you be wanting to make me look good in front of everyone?
No, I don't. That would be silly of me, right? You've already been lying and avoiding your family for some time now, so me trying to make you look good would only make this situation harder for me. So no, I told them the whole truth about the man that you are. And I made it loud and clear that it is because of your son that we all had to wait 8 hours for you. I've always been a little bit too lenient with you, but this time I couldn't play nice anymore.
Why would you say things like that? And why would my parents... I'm not going to believe you. How the hell could your single, good-for-nothing mom be a company's president?
You don't have to believe anything I say. The facts will continue to stay true no matter what you choose to think. In order to raise me to the best of her abilities, my mom went back to school for a bit and studied business. She then started a company of her own and from there put it through years and years and years of success. That is why she's your dad's boss now. Unlike you, she chose to avoid things like alcohol to soothe her stress, instead opting for things like playing sports and going to the gym. And she was never late to anything because she was never hungover. She's a very respectable woman and my idol. I've told you all of this about her before, right?
I know you said things like that, but I never expected this. Unbelievable. Please, say something to them. Tell them that something like this has never happened before, and that I'm normally at work or at the house all the time with you. Please convince them to just overlook what happened today.
There's no reason for me to bail you out of your bad habits this time, right? I am fed up with you and your crap, hence why we're not getting married now. And I will be getting a fair settlement from you for all that time you spent with another woman in bed. I hope your wallet is ready for that.
Huh? Don't start saying the most crazy crap right now. What are you even talking about?
Stop playing dumb with me and we can try to talk things out. I already have loads of evidence of what I've said, so there is no escape for you. I know about how you two would come over to our house when I had to work night shifts. And you guys were doing all kinds of things together, from making out on the couch to taking a bath together to even using our bed to have a little bit of adult fun. All of it was captured on cameras I set up in the house, and I'm even willing to show you that now. I've already gone and shown your family, so there is nothing you can do about this now.
What? No, wait, what are you doing? I can't even fathom what you're saying anymore. Did you just say you put up cameras in the house?
Yes, I did. Everything you were up to and talking about was really suspicious to me. There were also things like the food I would make and leave for you ending up in the trash when I got home. And about how the sink was always clean and tidy when I came into the kitchen. I knew you were trying to hide something from me, and I needed to figure out what that was.
What? That's what led you on?
That was just what my gut was telling me. I didn't do anything just yet, but then I got that call from the police in the middle of the night. And then the story of how you were over at Rachel's house at 2 a.m. What was wild about that, though, wasn't the fact that you were there, but that you were there when her husband was out of the house for business. I knew something was seriously going on then, so I hired a detective.
A detective?
Well, I really didn't need to do that, though, did I? Because while I was away working night shifts, you both were in our house making love. So that was all too easy for me to get evidence of.
That means you... I'm sorry. I was just confused, was all.
Rachel was so invested in you that she'd send her kids away to her parents' house so that she could be with you. So that you both could come into our house and stained my bed sheets while making love to one another. I'm not too sure you were just confused then, Sean. Considering this happened at least 3 different times.
I'm so sorry, Arya. I'm apologizing to you now, so please don't make a big deal out of this. If everyone started to find out that this is what all led to me losing my fiancé, my wife.
Naturally, I will not be forgiving you for any of what you've done because you're a massive dick, Sean. Because you lacked any form of humanity, I'm going to make sure you're punished. I'll even bring this up with your manager and the rest of that company. All so that your life is ruined, like you almost did with mine. And then, once you've lost everything and have experienced what it's like in hell, I might be willing to forgive you. Sean went and swallowed all of his fears and came into the place to confront his family and mine. And just like he was saying, the first thing that happened was his dad's fist hitting him square in the nose. Watching him squirm around on the ground as his nose bled all over the place was quite entertaining for my mom and I, so we forgave his parents. He then crawled over to me, begging for forgiveness, but I was never going to let him have anything else from me, and so I knelt down next to him and said to go screw himself. A few days later, we were able to cancel the wedding, and I ripped up the marriage forms that we were so close to handing in before I went and got my settlements from both Sean and Rachel. I also made a call to the company Sean's been working for, and after hearing the most unfortunate news from me, he was transferred out of that department and office. He's since been working out in the middle of nowhere for a much smaller department, making around only 1/4 of the salary he had before. All I can say to that is, he got what he deserved.